And you are recording, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Look, we gotta shake the rust off. It's been 3 months.
Yeah,
like
it has. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. That was a long one though last time.
Yeah, you know what? It was, but by the time that I edited it all down, it's not even our longest podcast.
Oh my god, yeah. There was a lot of meandering.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I'm trying to remember, but I think that like before editing, it was like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that sounds right.
That included a lot of like listening to stuff and a lot of like a lot of listening to stuff and like searching around and like a lot of dead air. So I'm not surprised it was 3 hours. I think it ended up being just a little bit over 2, which is crazy. Fucking cut out an hour. It's insane, but. There we are. But yeah, man.
Yeah, well, good.
So what have you fucking been up to?
I don't know, same old. Been, recently been playing a lot of RimWorld.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You played that, right?
I have not. I know of RimWorld, but I have not played it.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. I would actually probably recommend it for Lauren too. I think she would like it a lot.
Oh, I'm sure she would. I mean,
yeah, because she was into that Fallout 4 settlement building stuff, and it's just that combined with The Sims.
I mean, it's Prison Architect, right?
Yes, yeah, it's this, yeah, it's that. Yes.
Is it even it looks really similar. Like, is it the same people?
I don't believe so.
Really? God, it looks so similar. I mean, I guess there's more than one game like this, but it's like even like the little like guys like look like
I think Prison Architect was inspired by RimWorld.
Oh,
I might be wrong about that. I'm saying that without any Wikipedia article up to verify, but that sounds right.
I believe you. I'm willing to believe that. Yeah, I don't think that they're related.
No, they're definitely not. I know for a fact they're not related because the RimWorld team is like 2 people.
Got it. I mean,
so there's no way they're developing 2 simultaneous games.
Fair enough.
Even if they are very, very, very similar.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, I mean, Prison Architect was fun, so I can only imagine RimWorld is also very fun.
Yeah. Fuck. What else? I mean, it's been 3 months. Lots of things.
I mean, I took some notes.
Yeah, I'm seeing now that you've been putting things here. I should probably do that because.
Yeah, I was like, it's been an exceedingly.
Now.
God, I put that note a month ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got to talk about this because I actually forgot to talk about it on the last podcast when you asked me what I've been watching, and somehow I managed to forget the main thing that I was watching. Have you ever watched Psyche-K?
Of course, definitely, yeah, 100%. You know that shit's right up my alley.
That's what I figured. I was like, you must have watched that because I mean, because it's long. I mean, there's a shit ton of episodes.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it honestly because there's just so much of it.
I mean, the whole thing. It's the same thing the whole way through. But it's so fucking good. Jesus Christ! Yeah. I feel like sometimes anime like comedies they're they're chuckle worthy at best, right? They're not usually a lot of really huge like laugh out loud ones. I was cracking my shit up with Psyche-K.
Yeah. Well, because Psyche-K is like American style humor,
I guess. Yeah,
right. It's because it's not like highbrow Japanese humor, which is entirely pun based, and thus lost
the highbrow Japanese humor that's very lowbrow.
No, but I'm serious though. Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei, or what's that really famous one? With the blue-haired chick. Not important, but it's pun-based. Mm-hmm. Like the humor is in like the language fuckery.
Uh-huh.
And
I know it's highbrow in Japan. I'm saying that pun-based humor is not highbrow everywhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
that's why it's so good. Yeah. I
mean, it's did you ever get around to watching? Did you ever get around to watching Odd Taxi?
No. I still have not. No.
Oh God, because I mean, there's 2 guys that are like that. They're like. Well, actually, are they that, or are they whatever that really classic form of Japanese comedy?
Yeah, the traditional straight man, funny man.
Yes,
it's
they're
not that, but it's that.
And so there's 2 characters in there that are that, and it's just I can't say it enough.
I'm saving it for a rainy day because I know it's good.
It is really good. Yeah, I'm really hoping. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to make more. I would totally take a second season, but I don't know if there is room for a second season or not. But I don't know. That's not spoilers or anything. It's just
no. I know it's like a little mini series, so I'm not expecting anything in terms of story continuance.
But yeah, I don't remember what it was. It was. I think it was when they were in Psyche-K when they were playing the it was the dating sim or something. I don't remember even what the fucking joke was, but like it was so like it was just like there was something about it was so like on point, and it was just so ridiculous, and it's just like I wish I could actually. I mean, it's been months now since I fucking watched that, but like, God, I was like. I literally like I could not stop laughing about how fun it was. It was like it was to the level of like the fucking like stupid dragon thing from Rick and Morty like levels of like I'm losing my shit over how funny this is. So and I think probably about the same level of brow as well.
Yeah, it's great, and it really keeps it fresh somehow with all the new characters.
Yeah, because it's the same fucking joke every episode.
Yes, the exact same joke. Yeah, but they figure it out.
It's
just a more honest One Punch Man.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good way. I think I was thinking that at the time I was watching. I was like, this is like if we got 150 episodes of One Punch Man or whatever.
Well, yeah, and also at some point, One Punch Man like likes to take itself seriously to a certain degree, and like Psyche K is not interested in that as much.
Yeah, it's like there's like some very brief moments where it's just like sort of, but not really. Not really.
Yeah, it always gets undercut immediately.
Yes. So yeah, I watched that. I think you mentioned it like 3 months ago on the last podcast. And by the way, sorry everybody for how fucking long it took me to get that one out. I just honestly I took a little bit of a summer vacation. There was a lot of shit going on this summer, and so I was just kind of like, can't do it. I need time to like do my life. So yeah, hopefully they'll be coming a little bit quicker now, but no fucking promises. But I watched Stranger Things.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't actually seen the back half of the season, the new season.
Well, I mean, what did you think of the front half?
It was good. I don't know. It's like I still feel like I'm watching just a worse version of season 1 every time.
Interesting.
But maybe the back half of the season changes that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess here's what I'll say. It's never going to reach the heights of season 1, as many shows never do, right? Like many shows never beat their season 1. But this is the best season of Stranger Things other than season 1. There are parts of it I like more than season 1, but season 1 is obviously like season 1 is better. Like it is, but like season 2 was a big disappointment. I think season 3 was like it was okay, but this season it's very, very good. I came away with it like, wow, what were they fucking doing for the last 2 seasons? Like did they like forget how to write this show? Because now I remember how good this show can be, and I'm I'm glad that we're gonna at least get the final season of it now, and hopefully it'll be as good as 1 and 4.
Yeah, I didn't get enamored with the child actors as much as everyone else seemed to.
Well,
so like the adult parts are what like I like Hopper and etc. I can't remember any of the character names.
Yeah, I know, it's fair. I mean, Dustin is outrageously good in that season, and the kid who plays Will also.
Oh no, they're all I like their acting. I just don't.
I'm a little lukewarm on Finn.
11.
Oh, no, 11 was fine. 11 was fine. Okay. It's Finn that I'm kind of like, you know what?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's like of all of them, he seems like the one that's like. It's funny because like he's become one of the more famous of them, and yet I think of them, I'll say I think he's probably the worst actor. He's not bad. He's the worst actor out of the collection.
Yeah, I don't like his scenes generally.
Yeah, I found like every time he came on screen, I was like, oh.
Yeah, now I have to sit through this.
Yeah, no, 11 is playing her character, and to some degree, like there's only so much that can be done there. Yeah. But I mean, I think she did well. But I mean, yeah, for me, it was Dustin and Will that were like the huge standouts of like just acting prowess this season.
Yeah.
So
yeah, my problem was just that like the Russian prison plotline was so much more engaging for me. It was like every time it wasn't that, it was like, can we just kind of get back to the Russian thing? Because like that's what I kind of want to see.
Yeah, I actually, you know what? That's funny because like for me, I was kind of lukewarm on that. I was like, this is kind of going on a bit over long. Like I was like, there's other stuff I want to see. Don't take me back to Russian prison platform.
It was new. I guess.
It was new, yes, but it's just like I don't know. I was kind of like I was like I know it's probably gonna happen here, so it's just like
that's true, yeah.
Where it's like the other like I was much more interested in like the fucking dive into the dream. I guess by the way, I mean like I guess Stranger Things spoilers. So I'll put a spoiler tag on this, but like the whole like plot with 11 was actually the thing that like is like of like the going back in her memories thing.
No, I did like that. Yes, that was cool as well.
I was like, I just like just more of that. Let's watch that. You know,
yeah, those two. Yeah, I just don't like the kid drama. Like, you're not my friend anymore. I'm in love with you, but you're not like in love with me. And it's just like, I'm good. Like I'm like, just go watch Euphoria, please. Like, but like people like that. So whatever. I'll put up with it.
Fair enough. I'm looking. Last note here. I watched the Dune movie finally.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you have not read the book.
No.
How did you? Let me ask you then. How did you find the Dune movie, having never read the book? I mean, I guess, are you familiar with the story though?
Yes, I'm extremely familiar with the story.
Okay. Then the question.
So, everything was exactly what I expected it to be.
Okay, because I loved it, right? Like, I was super stoked with it. I'm glad that they did it the way they did it, where they stopped halfway through because it would have been way too much. They would have had to cram way too much into one movie.
It's interesting you say that. I did not know that's what they were doing.
Oh.
So I watched the movie, like, going like, man, they're moving really slow. Like, how are they going to get through all this? Like, what's going on here? And the movie ended, and it was like, wait a second. What's going on?
It's a long movie, too. It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's why I thought they were going to do the whole thing.
Well, that's the thing. To me, I found that movie to be the shortest 2.5 hour movie I've ever watched.
No, it went fast. Yeah, for sure.
Because there's so much shit to cover. And like it's funny because like I was thinking like when I was reading the books, I'm like, there's not really that much shit like in the first half. And then like I watched a 2.5 hour movie of them doing it. I was like, oh no, okay, I lied. There's a lot of shit in the first half. So no, I thought it was incredibly true to the source material. There was some stuff that like I feel like they're either going to go a different direction or they're not showing their cards quite yet on it, which is fine. But like all of it felt very like I like the way that all of the like technology is portrayed, because I feel like that's a big element of Dune. Somebody described it as a science fiction series that doesn't care about cool spaceships. And like I find the spaceships cooler for that fact. It's just like, it's a big tube, right? It's just like this, like that's the ship. It's like fucking none of this like, fancy, just like it's a big fucking bubble. That's what it is.
Well, it's because it's not even a ship, right? It's just a space station.
Well, so that's one of the things where I'm like, how are they gonna? Is that going to be a literal change, or is that just kind of like we're not showing our full hand on exactly how this works? Because in the books they don't work that way. In the books they do travel, whereas in this they seem like it's set up more like a wormhole, to go from one place to the other. But like, so like, I don't know, there's implications to that I don't understand how they're going to handle yet. But based on the way that Denis Villeneuve has treated this up to this point, I'm assuming that he's got a good handle on this and has a plan for everything. So I'm not worried. I'm just kind of more of a like, oh, okay, interesting. We'll see what they do with that.
Yeah, he has to stick the landing now.
Yes.
Like he's done the cool flip, but now he's got to like stick it.
I mean, big balls move to just do half the book, not knowing if he was going to get the second movie.
No, yeah. Very big.
But, I mean, obviously he knows what he's doing. And, I mean, it's weird because it's like, I feel like his movies haven't been like outrageous commercial successes, but they keep letting him do movies, which is great because like, I guess, he makes really good movies, and I wish more people would watch them. Like Arrival was incredible. Like I don't know if you watched that.
Oh my god, yeah, Arrival's one of my favorite movies.
We must have talked about that at some point. But like, Arrival's fucking incredible. So like it's just like it's like just give this guy anything that he wants, man. Just like let him make whatever movies because he does a great job at it. Like Blade Runner 2049 or whatever the fuck. Like.
Yeah. I know he's an auteur that makes profitable movies. I mean,
profitable, I don't know, because I feel like I heard I'm under the impression that Blade Runner did not do that well.
No way.
Yeah, that it wasn't wildly successful, which is ridiculous because I mean it's such a good. Apparently some people didn't like it, but I mean fuck them.
Yeah,
it was a great. Yeah. I thought. Yeah. I mean, hot take. I think Blade Runner 2049 is a better movie than Blade Runner.
I mean, I would agree with that, but definitely people would find that blasphemous for sure.
Like, Blade Runner, the movie, like the original, is hugely influential, and so many things couldn't exist without it. And I think it's a good movie, but it's not a very entertaining movie. I watched it and I remember being like, oh, this is so interesting. And then like I sat down with Lauren to watch it, and we were sitting through it, and we were about halfway through. I was like, oh, that's right, fucking this movie's actually not that like entertaining to watch. I forgot this because I was like, oh yeah, this movie's great. I'm like, actually, the visuals of this movie are really great. I don't know if like the actual movie itself is so great to watch, especially with like the 20-minute fucking scrolling through things scene where he's trying to fucking find the whatever in the computer thingy, whatever.
I mean, it's so beautiful though. I don't mind.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I feel like basically he was like, okay, but what if Blade Runner like had an engaging plot, and then he made that movie, and I was just like, oh, that's great, cool, because it's a great movie. But yeah, 259 million.
Yeah, apparently a disappointment. But whatever.
Sorry, it only made $259 million.
Exactly. Yeah, just like go fuck yourself, movie industry.
I know, right? Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah,
it's The Sandman.
Sandman.
Have you seen that?
I haven't even heard of it that I'm aware of.
Oh, what?
Sandman.
Oh my god, that's so terrible. It's the new Netflix show, or new-ish at this point.
Oh no, I haven't. There's a new Netflix show. Okay. Yeah, no, I hadn't even heard about it.
You gotta fucking watch that shit. It's so good. Holy shit. I'm not even gonna say anything else. Just
it's good.
Yeah, it's super good.
All right, Jason's putting a note down. Fucking watch Sandman. Shit. Oh, have you I haven't been watching it, so don't spoil anything if you have, but have you been watching the new Amazon Prime fucking
Rings of Power?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. I still have not seen the latest episode because we can't all sync up our schedules here at the house to watch it. But
yeah, I haven't even started it because we've been plowing through other things, but so it's good. You suggest I watch it.
I don't know if it's good yet or not. I've certainly the episodes so far have been good, but there's some mystery box elements that's like, this could very much turn out to be a retrospect bad show. Okay.
Well, then I'll reserve judgment. You let me know what you think.
New season, The House of Dragon. You've been watching that?
I also have not watched that because I have no HBO thing, so I have to find a means to procure a House of the Dragon. I will watch it if it's good.
I was super into it until the latest episode, which was like half of it was incest relationship sex.
I mean, is that not The House of the Dragon?
It is, but I don't know why I thought we were gonna like not have to go through that again. Oh my god, why is everyone messaging me now?
Getting dinged?
I'm getting so many dings. I'm just gonna ignore them all. It's fine. Yeah. Let's see here. Westworld. Did you watch the last season of Westworld?
I haven't even started it yet. It's on my list, but okay. So just spoiler alert. We started watching Ace of the Diamond.
Ace of the Diamond. What is that?
It's a baseball anime.
Oh, okay.
Did not realize that it was like Hajime no Ippo levels of like number of episodes.
Yeah, dude, it's a sports anime. They're all like that.
No, I mean like fucking Haikyuu is only like you know.
Okay, yeah, you're coming at it from the wrong end.
Some of them are long, some of them are not long.
Yes, sure, you're right.
This is one of the long ones. Yeah. Didn't realize that going in. It's great. I actually think that it's maybe one of the best.
I mean, it's a sports anime, of course.
No, okay, I'll just say this because you've clearly not watched it, right?
No, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's produced by Madhouse and Production IG. Yeah, of course it's good. Holy shit.
Here's the thing. Let me give you the hook of why, like, if you are to watch one sports anime, and I know you've watched many sports animes, but like, dear listeners, if you were to watch one sports anime and get into it, the reason why this one's so fucking good is because A, it has stakes that are real, which a lot of sports animes don't. Like, they have stakes that they say are real, but they win every game. There are stakes in this. Like, is sometimes a toss-up. Second, the main character is not the main character, basically, for, like, most of the time. Like, I mean, like, he's, like, because, like, in a lot of sports animes, it's, like, the fucking, first year comes in, and, like, he's, like, on the second string or the bench for, like, 2 seconds, and then he's, like, the fucking, like, ace of the team, number one guy for the whole time. Not the case here. Fucking largely has to take a back seat to the other players on the team. And just those two elements alone, and like make it so that there is an actual arc to the show that it's so fucking, it's so good. It's so good that Lauren was getting frustrated at one point because she's like, if they lose another fucking game, I swear to God, I will quit this show. That's how good it is. So
yeah, okay, yeah. It's always that I'm like, I don't want to get sucked into another Hajime no Ippo. Really, it's like I remember like just like waking up and watching 15 episodes of an anime in a single day, and like that's all you did, and it was like I don't have time for that anymore.
That's all I have time for anymore. That's what I do.
Exactly.
Now.
That's what I need to avoid.
I do that, and I make music, and that's it. That's all I got time for. Enough time to play. Oh shit, that was the other thing I was going to tell you. I finally fucking, admittedly not a big backlog, but I had a monkey on my back with regards to video games, because there were 2 games in particular that I had bought some time ago and just absolutely failed to play for a long ass fucking time, and I finally got around to doing it. Because I played Batman Arkham Knight. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I saw you playing that. Yeah, which I'll be honest, a little bit kind of bummed me out because I was like, you know what? Like, I really feel like I remember enjoying Arkham City a lot. And I was like, oh, the Batmobile is going to be great. And like, this is going to be really fun. And I got into it. And I saw all the fucking icons popping up everywhere, like some kind of Ubisoft sandbox horseshit fucking shit parade. And I was just like, fuck, I'm too old for this. Like, I don't want to deal with this shit right now. So I played through the game and I beat it. And I minimized my side quest doing as much as humanly possible, except for the ones that were fun, like doing the Riddler shit. Some of it, not all of it, because fuck, there's too much. And so I beat it, right? And then I got to the end and it was like, complete all of the, Knights of Gotham shit, like do all the side quests to unlock the real ending. And I was just like, or go to YouTube and unlock the real ending. And then I watched the real ending and I'm like, you were going to make me get fucking 450 Riddler trophies for this shit? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my house. So I was like, I played that and I was like, maybe I should just never play sequel games anymore. Like, maybe the answer is any fun that I had with the original game, like the sequel is just going to it's going to be too much more of a good thing. It's going to be like eating a delicious dessert. And then somebody's like, here is a giant tray of that dessert. It's just like, yeah, but I just wanted one more. And they're like, no, the whole tray. That's what you're going to eat. You sick piece of shit. And I'm just like, okay. No. So, okay. So then I played Shadow of War, which sequel to Shadow of Mordor.
Cool. Yeah.
Fucking ruled.
Yeah, way better. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Then I was just like, no, I'm wrong. I'm like, sometimes sequels are even better than the original game, and I'm an idiot. And oh my God, this game is so fucking good. Like, it was like everything that I liked about but I do have a complaint, is it took way too fucking long to get to the good stuff. Like, I felt like I was playing for way the fuck too long before I got to the actual, like building up your orc army and shit. I'm like, I fucking know, all right? I know about getting orcs and stuff. Like, you don't have to strip all that stuff away from me at the beginning of the game. Like, just, can you give me an option to just fucking jump into the good shit, like, right away? Because I felt like I spent, like, fucking 15, 20 hours getting to the part that's actually fun. It wasn't probably that long, but it felt like it. And so, but once I got into it, my God, it's so fucking fun, man. Those games are so entertaining. So, did it, finished them, fucking, my backlog, other than fucking XCOM, which I don't know if I'm ever going to finish, because I don't know if I'm actually enjoying XCOM. So
I mean, that's XCOM.
Right.
That sounds like you're playing XCOM.
Here's my problem with XCOM. I love the fighting part of it, right? Like the gameplay element of it. I hate the base management part of it. Because I know I've talked about this on the podcast, but I'll just talk about it again because it's apropos for the moment, is I played that fucking Mario Rabbids game. Yeah. Which is just XCOM Lite. Yeah. And I loved it. It was like, it's like one of my favorite games. Like, it's stupidly fun. I was like, this rules. It's like a fucking, like, dice, like, tabletop, like, Warhammer RPG, not RPG, like, Warhammer, like, fucking, tactic strategy game, but without the having to spend, an arm and a leg and a small fortune on miniatures and then painting them and then fucking showing up to like some skeevy place on the bad side of town where they've set up a game shop. Like, so like,
that game exists now, right?
I am aware that it exists. It's what's it called?
Battle Sector.
Yeah, it's on my list to buy. I had to clear up my backlog before I was going.
It's on Game Pass. You got Game Pass.
I do not have Game Pass because I don't play enough video games because I'm too busy watching baseball animes, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need to cut a little bit of baseball anime out so you can fit in battles. It's good. I played it. It's good.
Okay.
I would recommend getting it on Game
multiplayer?
Pass. Maybe.
That would be awesome if it was, but I mean, it's on my wish list. I'm gonna get it. Like, I'm gonna get it. But anyway, so yeah,
I'd also recommend Wasteland 3.
Wasteland 3.
Yeah, which is an RPG game with XCOM style combat.
I mean, I guess how different is that from like Divinity Original Sin?
It's not. It's just guns. It's just,
okay. So it's just that with because I feel like Divinity Original Sin is kind of in the same like
wheelhouse. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, it's the exact same kind of thing.
Which is why I loved it. So yes, I don't like the base building at XCOM, and Mario Rabbids did not have that. By the way, they're making a second one. I'm probably going to get it, but that's...
Oh, yeah. I heard it was really good, yeah.
Oh, is it already out? Is it fucking... I'm so behind.
Oh, no, I don't know if it's out yet or not, but I do know the Rabbids series was well received.
Yeah, because it's XCOM without the base building, and it's fucking hilarious. And it's simplified, but, like, that makes it better, you know? Like, because it's, like, there's not, like, a bunch of extraneous bullshit you have to deal with. It's just, like, do the thing. And it's like, great, this is fun. It feels like a puzzle. That's kind of why I like it, because it's like, how can I do this in the most efficient way possible? Like, it's like, you could do it in 5 turns, but what if I did it in 2 turns? You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Although that is also what XCOM is.
It is, just but with
the puzzle
more
has
shit.
Been shifted, yeah.
Yeah. XCOM, to me, feels like, how can I save scum such that I do this in the most efficient way possible?
There's also, I mean... I'm not really recommending this to you, but there's the XCOM Long War mod, which sort of both makes that problem that you're talking about worse, but also better because you have longer to screw up in. I don't know.
Let me actually see if I can get through all of XCOM first before I ever think about doing another XCOM.
Oh, you're playing XCOM 1 too, aren't you?
XCOM Enemy Unknown, if that's the first one.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Okay, that's a very different game than XCOM 2 as well.
Fair enough. I was like, I looked at. I was like, what's the best one? What's the one that people say to get? They're like, get Enemy Unknown. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, I would say that's probably right. Enemy Unknown is the one where you can just like, that's the Overwatch game.
Yeah.
Every turn is just like
every turn Overwatch.
How efficiently can you put your people into Overwatch positions? That's what and XCOM 2 was like, okay, we realized that was the optimal strategy, so now we're making it so you can never ever do that ever again.
Oh, that doesn't sound
And everything's
fun.
like time based and like rescue based, like really ups the ante.
Yeah, that sounds like something I wouldn't like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hate XCOM 2.
Oh man. Oh, and I guess the other thing we don't have to segue was there anything else you want to talk about before I segue into the last thing?
No. Go for it.
I became a black metal band.
Yes. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. That was so I finally fucking got around to it because I was like, you know what?
Unnatural Predators.
Unnatural Predators. Yeah, it's my fucking demo album. I honestly like this kind of like I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna become a black metal band. I've decided today that I want to become a black metal band, so I did it. And I was like, I just took the songs because like all of the songs that I had written up to that point all had like kind of a unifying theme of like being sort of like loosely based on like either like Lovecraft shit or like the new weird type of shit, you know, like
yeah.
And so I was just like, all right, this could be an album. The Pestilence Endures is kind of like an outlier in that. That's not really a black metal track. It sort of is. It sort of isn't. So, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more black metal-y, or not black metal-y, death metal-y.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could definitely call it black and death metal and get away with that. But like, whatever. I fucking threw it on there because I was like, it fits the theme. And I'm not the first band in the world to throw a fucking death metal-y track on their black metal album. But yeah. So yeah, did you listen to the album in its entirety?
No, I'm just now doing that as you're speaking. Yeah.
So I mean, you've heard some of these tracks before. Forest of Malice and Pestilence, I know you've heard.
Yes.
I spent some money because I couldn't keep going the way that I was going, and I got Easy Drummer 3, which is like one of the drum programs that like people use. And then, because we were talking about Devin Townsend, right?
Yeah.
And he used, I think he actually used Superior Drummer, which is like the more expensive version of Easy Drummer. But he used Drum Kit from Hell to make Ziltor.
It's literally called Superior Drummer.
Yes, it's called Superior Drummer.
That's terrible. Okay,
I know, right? But yeah, so he used Drum Kit from Hell to which I think was actually I'll have to look. I think it was actually tracked by the drummer from Meshuggah, if I recall correctly. I might be wrong on that. I know he's involved with it, but I think he actually recorded it. Yeah, recorded at Dugout Studio by Thomas Hawke. Hawke? Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Hawk, probably.
Is it just Hawk? Thomas Hawk?
Probably.
Okay.
Hawke?
No, it's Haake.
Oh, I have no fucking idea then.
Right? I don't know either. I'm sorry, Thomas. I've never said your name out loud, and now I've been put on the spot, and I'm like, shit, I don't know how to say your name. The drummer from Meshuggah recorded it, and so that's what Devin used to make Ziltoid. And I was like, well, you know what? Ziltoid sounds great, so I'm going to fucking buy that and use that too. And so I have that now. And that's what I used to do all of the drums for all of this, is I used Drum Kit from Hell and Easy Drummer 3, which is fantastic, by the way. Jesus Christ. What a, like, you know, it's not an ad. Not snare, cymbal hi-hat hit there at the start of Slumberer. That sounds very real. Right?
Very impressive. Yeah. I would not have, if you had told me that's a drum kit, I would not have known.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Like,
yeah, those sound very real. Yeah.
And like the actual, like, I worked really hard on the drums for Slumberer, by the way. Like, cuz some of this stuff, like, I used a lot of the like, along with getting a drum program that is actually good, like it comes with like a shit ton of like drum patterns and stuff that have been recorded. There's first of all, there's just a shit ton that come with Drum Kit from Hell that are like all metal based. And then Easy Drummer 3 also comes with metal patterns. And then Drum Kit from Hell also has guest musicians that have come on and actually like played shit that you can just drag and drop into your track, which I use sometimes because I'm not a drummer, and so I'm not as creative as some of these people. Like, and sometimes I'm just sometimes I'm like, I just know what I need, but I don't know how to make the drum sound like that. And so I just search through the fills. I'm like, that was what I was looking for. I was looking for that thing, and I just put it in. And like, God, but the Slumber almost entirely I did myself because there was something I was going for, and there was nothing really like stock in there that I could use. So I was just like, fuck it, gonna just do it. And so it took me fucking forever to do the drums for that. But yeah, I think it was worth it.
That's how you do it. That's how programming works.
That is how you do it. And sometimes programming works by getting stuff off Google and just copying it into your shit.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's just what I mean in general. Just taking other people's shit and using it. Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool.
Nice.
I like your album art too, by the way.
Oh, okay. So
the goat.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, so you know what that is, you know, those, I don't know if you've been aware of this, but like there's been like a big upswing.
Oh, the AI? Oh, use that shit for that? Oh my God.
So, okay. And it's interesting how this came out. Cause like, so what I wanted is I wanted like an eye that looked like an exploding nebula type of thing. Right.
Sure.
So I typed in eye exploding nebula black and white, and I got that image, and I was like, that's the fucking album cover.
Yeah, but that's pretty perfect. Yeah.
Right? But then the one that I was using like only had like this very small image size. So then I was like, wait a second. And I was like, I bet there's AI upscalers that I can use for free. So I searched AI upscaler and I dumped that into an upscaler and it blew it up to a full album cover. And I was just like, that's the fucking album cover. There it is.
Wow. So it's double AI.
I'm fucking like, honestly, like if I had tried to do this like 6 months earlier, I would have been like stuck on the album cover thing. I'd been like, I don't know how to fucking do that. So it's just like magic.
Damn, dude, we're really in the future. That's crazy.
Right? That's like so fucking cool. I was when I did that, I was just like, this is the coolest shit that's ever happened in the world. I was just like, I would have had to like pay somebody or like actually learn how to be like a decent human being and like make shit. And I'm like, fuck that. I'll just make an AI do it for free. And then hope that like they don't kill me in the robot uprising.
Putting my roommate out of work.
Sorry about your roommate. If I ever make money on my band, I will pay him to make an album cover.
Yeah, cool.
Everybody buy my album.
Check it out. So wait a second. I said Unnatural Predators, but is it Abyssalant?
Abyssalant is the band.
Abyssalant is the band, and Unnatural Predators is the album. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Is that T lined up correctly?
No.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like it's a little too low.
No, it's not lined up correctly. I don't know, because like when I
sent
the album cover like to Bandcamp or whatever, like when I uploaded it, I'm pretty sure it was lined up properly, and then it fucking like got cut off in like in the crop or something. But you know what? I think that just makes it even more black metal. You know,
sure, okay.
It looks like shit, so of course it's black metal.
Yeah. Perfect. The perfect genre, right?
But here's what's really interesting. So like within a day, I had a Metal Archives listing.
Yeah, because it auto-populates, I'm sure.
It auto-populates, which I didn't know. But like, it's like, obviously they're just like, you know, scanning through. Apparently I'm atmospheric black metal. I didn't know that, but that's what I am.
Cool. You're atmospheric black metal.
That's what I am. That's what they tell me.
Status active.
Members,
am Jason Bartlett. Oh, man. Hell yeah. Oh, but they're using like your picture instead of your like album. You should upload your. Oh, I guess.
Well, if you click on the album, it shows the album cover. But if you click on just the band, it shows me. Which is usually what happens for other bands, is they have the picture. Yeah. So yeah, cool. I just have to like Photoshop some fucking corpse paint on me for that picture.
Independent. Yeah, you do. Yeah, man. Yeah, you got to get a corpse paint picture going now.
Yeah, I'm absolutely 100% not going to do that.
100% you should do that. Yeah. Well, hell yeah, dude! Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool.
So, and what'd you think of Sun Eater?
I need to listen to it.
Okay, because that one, I'm pretty fucking happy with how that one came out. That's also, by the way, my longest song that I've made up to this point. So,
Sun Eater. Ooh, I like that bit. The what 115 or 112 transition there. That guitar riff. I like that.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's very Death Heaven.
Yeah, like that. I feel like you could afford to go even more atmospheric. pump that reverb and that echo way up on your vocals. Like I can understand what you're saying still.
Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I like it though. That's really good.
Awesome.
That though, there's some fucking dank guitar riffs, and that's definitely some black metal drums.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with how. I mean, it's super Death Heaven, but like, I mean, I think it came out really well.
Yeah.
So, I got a couple more tracks on my SoundCloud if you'll indulge me.
Burning the Dead for Power.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm working on a new album, like an actual album this time. Like the first one was just like the fucking whatever I had. I'm just threw it all together. And this Burning the Dead for Power is the one where I'm gonna like try and do an album for real. So this is gonna be probably the last track off the album, which will be of the same name. But yeah, you should just give that one a listen. You might have noticed I actually added bass.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I hear it now in the starting bit. I was already in the past the minute mark.
Ah, got it. There's bass throughout the whole thing now.
Yeah, but once those drums come in, the bass becomes background.
Yeah, it's impossible to hear at that point, but it's there.
Oh, wow. Getting real crazy with it here. Right around what? 312, 315, yeah.
Oh, yeah. My huge scream on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know about its placement in the album at all, but it's a good song. I like it as a standalone.
Excellent. Yeah, to me it feels like an ending track, but we'll see what else I fucking make, because I have no other ideas. So
it's weird because it's just like, because it starts out acoustic like that and then goes hard, it almost feels like a more like earlier track.
I'm thinking of having some type of like transition with like some like, you know, fucking old like audio shit or something. So it's going to be kind of like a, the album's going to kind of, mellow out and then go back up, and this is going to be the kind of like big outro, because it's got the like the fucking just like meek, turn the guitar off shit sound at the end. It's like feels like it's gotta kind of be the end.
I definitely can't understand what you're saying, so
that's
good job on the vocals. Yeah.
Well, thank you. So then I got more electronic shit that I've been working on. The Sunberg is one of those.
Have you listened to Lorne?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear that.
Oh, that's a huge compliment. I'll take that.
That first minute with like the reverb, guitar, definitely gives me Lorne vibes.
So the title Sunberg, this is an instrument that was created for free based off of the Sunberg foghorn, and so that main sound that you're hearing is like a heavily processed foghorn. It sounds fucking incredible, and I then further heavily process it to make What Is This?
Cool. Yes, that's the like wah sound.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting transition there at 150.
Yeah, I wanted to like up the vibe a little bit.
Yes, but do you bring it back? Question.
Yes.
Okay, it's a pretty hard transition there at like 215.
Is it too hard?
That is a question that I cannot answer.
I tried to smooth it out with having like some transition noises in there to kind of like...
I mean, that's the thing I've always struggled with songs, especially trying to make songs. It's just like that transition moment is so critical when you're doing something like this. It does feel a little bit like this is a 2-song scenario to me.
That's fair. It to some degree, it sort of is. I kind of meandered a little bit with this one, but I also kind of wanted to lean into like the glitchy weirdness of it, like on purpose.
But it's like, I don't really like the first half of the song isn't really like, there isn't really any glitchiness to it, to my ear.
No.
Like, it's very smooth. And then it's suddenly right there at like 145, I guess, or 150.
Yeah.
It's like when you come in with that like bass line beat, it's like you hold it. It still feels like the same song because of like you kept that foghorn sound kind of going in. But then it slows down again at 2:10, and it's just like, I don't know. It loses me there, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure. I liked the beginning of it a lot.
Yes,
and I
the
wasn't
beginning
really sure
is very, very, very good. I like that a lot. Yeah,
I wasn't sure where to go with it from there, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, I can't come up with anything better, so this is what I'm going with. So the next track, "Stay With Me." This was me fucking around with a vocoder. I'm not sure how good this song is, but it's amusing at the very least. It's dance music more than anything else. After the initial bit,
yeah.
It's got that like 4 on the floor.
Yeah, you really. It's almost hard to tell that's a vocal.
Yeah, vocoders are fucking incredible. Like, it's like the first time I started using it, I was like, oh, this sounds amazing. I was like, I got to do something with this.
Yeah, it's very dream poppy.
I can see that.
Pink pop. Yeah, it's good. I don't really have anything specific to say about it though.
Yeah, it's just kind of a little track. You know, I was mostly an experiment more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it just reminds me of dream pop. Japanese dream pop specifically.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say, I was like, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I can picture the music video that would be playing to that.
Yeah, like if it was like a minute shorter, it'd be like a perfect DDR track.
I don't know. I think it's probably the right length for a DDR track, honestly.
2 minutes?
Yeah, and it's like it has that like break at the middle and then it repeats. Mm-hmm. It's like that's a DDR track right there.
Because Lauren and I have been like actually like working out on a regular basis now, and I'm on the treadmill for cardio, and she does DDR because she has like a DDR pad, and I feel like maybe like a minute 30 is how long most of the songs are, but maybe I'm wrong on that because maybe I'm just not paying as much attention.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with the keyboard version of DDR. Stepmania? No.
Oh, well, Stepmania is what she has. It's not DDR.
No, that's Stepmania. Oh, Flash Revolution. That's right.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know.
So 2 more tracks. Nice Dream is the next one. It's a couple tracks down.
Guess that makes it so much music.
It's been 3 months, Steven. It won't be as many as next time. But you'll have to tell me what you think this reminds you of, because I think I'm going to know your answer.
Neo Tokyo.
I was going to say Taiko.
Oh, I guess.
No Taiko? I'm shocked, because to me, when I made this, I was like, oh shit, this just sounds like fucking Taiko.
I mean, I don't really listen to a lot of Taiko in the first place, so.
Oh, okay, fair.
That's not really in my...
Is Taiko something that I came across?
Yeah, I think you showed me Taiko.
Oh shit. Okay, this is where the lines start to blur, and I can't remember what music I've recommended to you and vice versa.
Yeah, I don't think Taiko is one of mine.
So this one was interesting because one of the music production YouTubers that I watch, he made a free instrument that was basically it was an old guitar that he had sampled, and I had put this through like a step sequencer, basically it's like it'll play a sequence of different notes. That was how I got the main riff to this, and after I got that, I was like, well, shit, that sounds fucking, I love that, so I need to make a track around it, and that's this.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let me link you one of these Neo Tokyo songs real quick.
Yeah, I mean, if there's more music like this, then I want to know about it.
There's a specific one that's like sounds very familiar. Which one is this? Itachi, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this reminds me very much of that. If you listen to that link I just posted.
Yeah, here, let me actually listen to that really quick before we listen to the last one. I want to hear this. Yeah, I can hear it. It's a little bit more upbeat, but yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so last one. This one's short. And it's dumb. Turbo and cabule bass.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I have the biggest, dumbest smile on my face right now.
This is good. I like that sound.
Yeah. No.
I can't make it with my voice, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I designed this synth because I was trying to make drum and bass, and I designed this synth as the bass for the drum and bass, and I was like, this fucking rules. I need to do something with this.
Yeah. I mean, you could honestly drop the entire like you could make that beat a song. You don't even need the fucking background vocals going.
Oh yeah, this was originally not that, but then I was listening to that afterwards, like just serendipitously, and I was like, wait a second, what if I put these two things together? And it was just like, it was perfect.
What you need to do is you need to like have the music drop out for a second, and like you hear the speech perfectly loudly, and then you bring it back and you keep doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of did that in a couple places, but not totally.
Yes, I like at 25.
Yes.
And at 1:12.
Yeah, it like just has the hi-hat, which
you
is
really
like
seem to have a pattern there of like right about 15 seconds after the minute mark is when you like switch it up a little bit.
You know, I'm nothing if not consistent, I guess.
Yeah, just like pretty much every song we've listened to today, it's like, yeah, right about that like 15-second mark, like 2:15, 1:15, 3:15.
Yeah,
like, yeah. Cool.
I got 15 seconds worth of an idea, and then I need to go somewhere with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man,
music for you.
That's all the fucking music that I made. I made
You're pumping it out.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a regular fuck. What was that band I showed you last time you didn't like? Filmmaker. Yeah. Again, I didn't necessarily not like it. No, I know. But not loving it is an affront. So
okay. Yes. I didn't love it.
That.
It was interesting. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I got an earful from my friends. It's all right. I forgive you.
Did they? Where they're like, how fucking dare you not like that?
Yeah, it was partially my fault for showing you the wrong album, but
because I do like Love Market. Like I've listened to Love Market. I do like that. So it's just like it was just that album, and it wasn't even that I didn't like it. It was just it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Steven's Friends. It was fine. Okay, like it's not the best thing I've ever listened to.
God. Now I'm gonna get another one.
Oh, actually, one other thing. Any updates on the D&D podcast?
Oh, yes, it is dead. Officially.
Okay. Never gonna be released?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, I think there was some drama that I stay out of.
You're just a talent.
I just don't, I don't got time for that shit.
Fair enough. That's too bad. Oh well. Okay. But yeah, okay, so now on to the main event. So just to set up, Steven and I were talking after the last podcast, however many months ago, and he was like, "Oh, well, we could do that new Cronenberg film," and I said, "Well, I've never actually seen a Cronenberg movie," and he said, "What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
yeah." So I was like, "Well, I've got eXistenz on my list of movies to watch, and I've had it on there for like a long time." I was like, should we just watch that? And he was like, yes, fucking Jesus Christ.
I forgot the context for us watching this.
Yeah.
This is your first Cronenberg movie.
This is my first Cronenberg movie, so please be gentle. I don't know how I've managed to avoid David Cronenberg up to this point. Like, it's not on purpose. It's just I've never watched any of his movies. I'm aware that his movies exist, and I've heard of David Cronenberg, but I've just never watched. So, eXistenz, this is number one. This is the first one that I've watched.
Oh my God. Yeah, I ended up watching like half of his movies. Because I watched eXistenz again, and I was like, wow, right. I forgot that like he's awesome.
He is an awesome. Yeah. I mean, I guess spoiler. Awesome. Okay, so obviously spoilers are for the movies. Like that's par for the course for this. You all know the drill by now.
100% spoilers.
Well, maybe people don't know the drill. If you've come to us at this like late stage in the podcast, you might not realize that we used to actually do movies, but yes.
And we used to like treat the audience like I used to like be like, oh, for people listening, it's just like, no, we're too deep in now.
Yeah, it's fucking lazy. Strap in or just strap in.
Put your fucking headphones on and listen.
Yeah, God damn it.
Yeah, 100 miles an hour immediately.
Hell yeah. So yeah, first David Cronenberg movie. I guess so. Yeah, spoiler. I mean, I liked it, right? I
had no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of didn't either. All I knew about this movie going in was it's about a video game and Bone Gun. That was it. That was 100% of the things that I knew about it. And so, yeah, what a movie, man. I'll say a couple things, right? Because, you know, you hear the name David Cronenberg, and there are some cultural attachments to that like come with that, mostly like just extremely grotesque body horror, which, like, I mean, this movie is not gross, right? Like, it is gross.
This movie's extremely tame.
That's what I was going to... I'm assuming this is extremely tame compared to his normal stuff. Because it's like, you know, I went into this expecting like, you know, The Thing levels of like grotesque body horror. And like, this doesn't even come close to that, you know, like we're nowhere near that. And like, I expect that like in some of his other stuff, he goes beyond some of that to some degree. I don't know. Cause again, that's the first one. So
yeah, he's gone through phases, I guess. Like, he started out way more sexual, and then like he became violent, like not, you know, literally, but his movies, obviously. Yes. And like gory, especially. And then like eXistenz is like right in his weird phase. Like, he did Naked Lunch, like the 90s, essentially. Mm-hmm. He did Crash, which is about like people who were like, you know, sexually attracted to car crashes. Mm-hmm. Like, that was his really weird phase where it's not as gory or as sexual, but weirder. And then he did like a bunch of like crime movies in the 2000s, which were good. History of Violence, Eastern Promises, Dangerous Method. And then I haven't seen
Wait a second. Oh, sorry, you have to stop for a second.
Yeah, yes.
He did Eastern Promises,
that was David Cronenberg.
And he did History of Violence.
Yep.
By the way, two movies I also have not seen, but
yeah.
He did those too?
They weren't written by him. That's the difference.
Okay.
He was only the director.
Okay.
So
God, because I mean, like, that doesn't fit with my mental picture of David Cronenberg.
All of the movies that he has written are weird, pseudo-sexual or explicitly sexual, violent, gory horror movies.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, let's just come right out of the gate on this one in particular, because, I mean, the first thing that I will say is, like, you know, I guess the only term that I can describe this movie as is it's grossly sexual. And not like, when I say grossly sexual, I don't mean like, it's like, oh, it's grossly sexual. Like, you have to, if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I mean. It's just like, like, it's gross. Like, it's just, he's being gross. And it works really well. It's very effective, but it's just like, it's like every time like any of those like fucking bioport scenes would come up, I'm just like, man.
The one where he tongues it.
I know. I'm just like, this is a man that is working through some complex issues.
It's, and like, he's been working through those issues since like the 70s, the early 70s. Like, late 60s.
You know, it's I mean, like, and I hate to make this parallel so early because it feels so cheap, but I'm gonna do it anyway because fuck it, this is our podcast and we get to do whatever we want. This feels very like, this is very David Lynch in the way that like it's very uncomfortable. You know, I feel like he comes at it from a completely different angle, but I get this.
Be aware that you are in the 90s, right?
Okay.
And so this is the weird part of his, or like the first time he goes really weird.
Well, fair. But I mean,
if you'd watched The Fly as your first movie, right?
I'd get a different experience.
The Fly is like a romance movie for 45 minutes.
Okay.
Right? And it's like a very good, funny, like heartwarming one. And then it like becomes a weird body horror. But even then it's like this is weird. Like this is like the way that like the stilted acting, right? Like the way you're describing is Lynchian is like specific to this phase, let's say.
Okay, that's because I was about to say, I was like, it feels like the stilted acting is on purpose in this. I mean, like, I know Jude Law is a good actor. I mean, like, you know, William Dafoe is still fantastic in this, even though I'm sure he was trying to be stilted, but he's just incapable of it because he's too good.
Well,
he's too good of a good actor to be a bad actor.
They didn't give him any heavy makeup, so you got to see his face, and it's, you know.
Yeah. I don't know anything about,
beauty.
like, what Jennifer Jason Leigh, like, I don't know if she's a good actress or not. Like, in this, like, I got the impression she was on purpose being a little bit, like, lousy. Like, I don't know if she is actually a good
the whole
actor.
thing is, like, you know, are they NPCs or not?
Well, yeah, right? I mean, there was certainly like a point in there where like there was the clearly obvious repeat, and
to jump into it with 2 feet, right? It's
like, let's just go. Fucking,
you know, is
how
it a
can
game?
We not?
Is anyone real, or is everyone just an NPC? Who is the player character? Is there actually a person here?
Yes,
etc. Like, I don't think it's not. I think it's, you know, I think you can figure it out, right? I don't think it's like as complicated as Primer or anything, where it's like,
well, yeah, okay, so it's funny you say that.
Primer.
You know what immediately came to mind when I was watching this? I was just like, okay, there really are no original ideas, because it's like, I was like, this is the plot of Inception.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
they just keep going deeper and deeper into game levels. And I'm like, because it's like, they start out at one level and then they go into a game within a game, and then they go into a game within a game within a game. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So I actually thought that like Inception was like a semi like interesting original idea, but like, no, apparently not. Apparently it's just eXistenz with more polish.
It's very interesting that you're bringing up Christopher Nolan here, because I wasn't going to say anything, but the way that he has these characters act, like, I feel like it's a successful version of what Tenet was trying to achieve with its like protagonist.
And I haven't seen Tenet, by the way, so
interesting.
But like, I've heard very mixed things about it. I've heard some people that like rave over it, and some people are like, it is the worst piece of shit I've ever watched in my life.
I would not say either of those things true. It is.
You're taking the Mitch Hedberg path. People either loved us or they hated us. I thought we were okay.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I thought that it was, mini Tenet review.
Okay,
Christopher Nolan.
Go for it.
Please balance your audio.
Steven, we're doing a review within a review. We're fucking doing Inception.
Yes. If you think it's stupid, then that makes the other movie stupid.
Yeah.
Checkmate. But no, Tenet. Fix your fucking audio mixing, Christopher Nolan. Like,
oh, is it obnoxious?
It's like he went too far with Tenet. Like Inception was okay with how the audio was balanced, I guess. Like, I still don't like that either, but Tenet like is purposefully doing it. Like, he's got on record as saying like, oh yeah, no, I made it so like you can't hear dialogue and stuff, but like there's dialogue happening. It's not just white noise.
Well, that's annoying.
It's like, what? It's like, why? Like fuck you, dude. Why? Like,
why would you do this to us?
Why would you do
such
that?
an asshole?
I don't want to watch your movie, which looks very cool with subtitles, but you're forcing me. Like, I don't know, whatever. That's my review. It's like he needs to.
I've honestly, like, I have a sound system, right? So like, by all accounts, if anyone should be able to like hear a movie, I should, because like people usually say it's like, well, I have like a sound bar, I'm like listening to my TV, and like it sound's not mixed for that. It's like the sound is mixed for a fucking theater, right? And I have like a theater in my fucking house, so if I can't hear it, I'm like, great. Well, then you clearly didn't need me to hear that piece of dialogue. Yeah. That's the stance I've now taken. I'm just like, if I can't hear it on my fucking 5-point whatever fucking home theater shit box, like, then fuck you. It's obviously not audible dialogue. Get out of my house. Like,
but my point to bring it up is that in Tenet, the main character is like blank slate times 1,000, right? He has no character other than to deliver like plot information.
Sure.
Right? And like this also does that, but it's way more successful. Because like you don't know anything about Michael.
Yes.
Right? He literally he comes from nothing and is a no one who just follows around another character the whole time, essentially. Mm-hmm. And like, I think that he's effective as a character, though.
No, I think he's a really good character. I will say one thing about him. And there's several, owing to the title of not the title, the name of our podcast. Obviously we've watched at least a couple episodes of Rick and Morty. Reminds me a lot of Morty.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. 100%. Yeah.
I'm working up a lot of anxiety about the situation, Allegra.
I don't want the port. You got to get the port. I don't want the port. You got to get the port.
Oh God.
I guess I'm gonna get the port. Oh God, it was an infected port. God damn it.
It's fucking Morty. The other thing too, when I saw the fucking the game system or whatever the fuck it's called, I was like, oh, it's the Plumbus.
It's the Plumbus. Yeah, dude.
It's literally the Plumbus. I'm like, that's where they got the idea for the Plumbus.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Unsurprisingly, the first season has Cronenberg episode.
Well, yeah. I was like, because like if they, I'm like, they're clearly Cronenberg fans. I'm like, and the Plumbus is literally the fucking whatever. I can't remember the name of the thing, but the game system.
And eXistenz is the kind of movie that Dan Harmon would love. I have no doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably also fuck
Justin Roiland,
thank you.
Oh, yeah. So for completely different reasons, but they would both love 100%, the movie.
Yeah. Dan Harmon would jack off to he would just eat up the fucking meta nature of the plot, and Justin Roiland obviously just loves gross stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But yeah, so I mean, I will say right at the beginning, I mean, and maybe this is just owing to the fact that I knew it was about a video game, which I mean is clear at the beginning.
Very clear immediately, yeah.
It's not like I had special knowledge there, and I knew about the bone gun, and so I was like, as soon as I saw the bone gun, I'm like, oh, they're in the game. There was no question in my mind. I'm like, they're obviously in the game. But I mean, at the beginning, they certainly were. Are you about to tell me that they weren't in the game there?
I mean, I don't know.
But they came out of the game after that point, so how could they not be in the game at that point?
Maybe they went into the game by getting out of it.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna go throw up in a corner now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I think you're probably right, though.
I mean, I to me, the only question in that movie that is being raised is, like, when they come to the, like, actual, like, coming out of the game with, like, a game system that looks like a game system and not like a fucking plumbus. Yeah. You know, it, like, to me, the only question is, are they still in the game at that point?
Yeah.
But
that's, yeah, because they might be NPCs, and the Chinese waiter might be the only person.
Yeah, right.
Who's a real person. Yeah.
He's the only guy. Yeah. Fuck. But yeah. No, I mean, so yeah, it was not as gross as I expected. And
what did you think the grossest scene was?
Okay.
Because I know my answer.
Well, those two different questions, right? Like let me answer this in two ways. The most Cronenbergy scene for me, I think, was when they were like operating on the, like, in the chalet or whatever, the ski place.
Operating on the disease pod.
That was the most Cronenbergy thing. That was the thing that I expected the most out of it. And so, like, from like a grossness of like a thing perspective, that was the grossness of a thing. The actual grossest scene for me was the fucking, like, bioport, one of the, I guess, the tonguing bioport sex scene. Okay, that was the, because like that was just, it was just uncomfortable. Like, it's like, because like sometimes like there's sex scenes in a movie where it's just like it's unnecessary and overt, but like I feel like that scene was necessary but overt. Yeah, it was like this is there to make me uncomfortable, and it's working, but like, because it's just fucking weird, and just like, it's like, what?
Comes out of nowhere.
It's like, why is this? It's just like, oh, just go with it. It's just like, I don't know if I want to just go with it. It's like, you gotta just go with it. Just lick the bioport. Just put your tongue in the bioport. It's just like, oh, this is gross. This whole thing is gross. So yeah, what's your grossest scene?
The special. Eating the gun parts.
Yeah, that's okay. Fair.
That one grosses me out. Like, legitimately, like, even thinking about it, it's like, ugh. Ugh.
You know what? All I thought the entire time, I was just like, you know what? It might actually be delicious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I anticipated that scene because I'm watching it for the second time. And I just,
yeah, in my mind, I'm just, the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? I've eaten some weird shit in my life. I'm like, it might actually be really good. It just looks gross,
It does look gross, though.
It looks very gross. But like, not to say that like you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong for being grossed out by that scene. Obviously, that's like a scene to be grossed out by. But I guess like in my mind, where my mind went there is like it feels a little bit cheap to be grossed out by that, because there's so many like, oh, it's gross food, but it's like, it's like, to me, I immediately had a reaction of like, just because it looks gross doesn't mean it is gross. Mm-hmm. Like that's cheap. I'm not gonna buy into.
I guess I just have a weak stomach.
That's fair. I mean, and yet you've eaten crawfish, which I don't understand, because like that's the one thing where it's like I can't do it. Like I just like, they look like little fucking bugs, and I just can't pull them apart and eat them. And you're just like, suck the heads, Jason. Just suck them. Yeah, well, you just gotta lick the bioport.
When you pull the tail off, though, there's just a piece of lobster meat hanging there.
Yeah, you and I need to eat crawfish together, and you need to teach me the ways.
It's so easy. Yeah, there's not a lot of fucking Chinese buffets around anymore, though, and I don't think any of those serve like freshly boiled crawfish. We have to like go find a crawfish boil place.
If you ever come up here, which I hope you do at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There is a New Orleans place that has like bucket crawfish.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, definitely, yeah.
So if you come up here, we'll go to the New Orleans place, we'll order the bucket of crawfish, and you can fucking teach me how to eat crawfish.
Yeah, you'll love it.
I'm sure I would. I just can't get over like picking apart a fucking like weird like red bug.
They're so good. I mean, you eat lobster, you eat crab.
I know.
You've eaten crab legs. You've you've pulled apart giant bug claws and like just
but not when it's like got the whole thing. Like when you get a lobster tail, when I get a lobster tail, I usually don't get the whole lobster with it. I just get the lobster tail. And when I get crab, it's just the legs. I don't give a shit. I just crack them open and suck the meat out. But it's like with a crawfish, I like look at it's small, which makes it more bug-like somehow because it's smaller. Like if it was lobster size, I'd be like, no big deal. You fucking crack the tail off and suck it out. But it's like because it's small, I'm like, like if it was if crabs were small, I don't know if I'd be able to eat them because I'd be like, that's a fucking freaky spider thing.
Have you never had like soft, like deep fried soft shelled crab?
No, just because I haven't had the opportunity. I've heard it's delicious.
Yeah, I don't know. They look like lobsters, so I'm fine with
it. Fair enough. But yeah, okay. But not yes. I mean, it makes sense that would be your grossest scene. I could totally imagine that. Yeah, for me, definitely the autopsy scene, just because it's like seeing it all pulled apart is just disgusting to me.
It's pretty reserved for Cronenberg.
You know what I was really surprised by? And I almost kind of wish I didn't know this because afterwards I looked it up, and this movie came out the same year as The Matrix.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, in retrospect, kind of makes it, like, from a special effects perspective, kind of look like a piece of shit, because The Matrix was just insane. But, like, because, like, this, like, to me, it's like,
that's just
it makes it look like an 80s movie.
Yeah. It's just what Cronenberg movies kind of look like.
Which is fine. But, like, you know, it's like, it's just hard to believe that, like, because it's like, you know, Dark City and The Matrix came out at the same time. And Dark City, while not being as technically impressive as The Matrix, was certainly a very good-looking movie. You know, by all accounts.
Yes.
But like, this looks like The Thing to me. You know, this looks like, you know, a fucking 80s movie. And it's good, but it, you know, it looks like an 80s movie. And it was, you know, made the same year as that. So it's like, that was a little, I was shocked that, I guess I always forget that The Matrix was fucking 1999. Holy shit.
Way ahead of its time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I still, you know, not to diverge, but I still love the story of how, have you heard the story of how The Matrix came about?
I mean, what do you mean specifically?
I'll tell you, and you tell me if you haven't heard it. But you know, for those in the audience, if you haven't heard this, basically they had pitched this movie to, I think it was Warner Brothers, and they gave them a budget, and they were like, well, we can't make the movie on this, and they were like, well, that's the budget you get. So they took that and they made the opening scene, the whole budget. And they made the opening scene, and they came back to Warner Brothers, and they said, if you give us the rest of the fucking money we're looking for, we'll make the whole movie like this. And obviously the movie got made, so
yeah.
they absolutely were willing to put themselves out there on that one.
Yeah, well, it worked for that movie particularly.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I don't think anybody would ever do that again, but like that was like, holy shit. They were just like, yeah, we just made one scene anyway. Will you give us the rest of the money?
Oh my God, you just reminded me that they actually made another Matrix movie.
I still haven't watched that.
I did watch it. It was so weird. Oh my God, right? I had like blocked that from my memory. Holy crap.
Like bad?
Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Would I like it?
Maybe. It just felt like unnecessary.
Okay.
Just like the first two sequels felt unnecessary.
Okay.
This also felt like and
you have to remember that I love all of the Matrix movies.
It was way more sad because everyone was older.
Yeah.
And like,
because I mean, I unapologetically love Reloaded and Revolutions. Like, I think that they're both great movies. I think that if you don't like them, that's fine. But like, maybe you just hate fun. And I thought that they were like interesting. I thought that the things they brought up were interesting. I thought that like, you know, they were schlocky, but like, fuck, I don't care. Like, they're great.
The movie takes place for about 40% of it, I'd say. I'll say this. For about 75% of the movie, including the climax of the movie, we are either inside of like an office in a high-rise building or in a Starbucks.
Okay. I'm down.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you should check it out then.
Wherever you want to put me. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
it's a bit of a love letter still. It wasn't bad or anything, right? It was just, you know, I don't feel like they ever needed to make any more Matrix movies.
No, they didn't. But, you know, I mean, fuck it.
They did,
I mean,
though. Yeah. I mean, good for them. They made some money. Like, I mean, you know.
I mean, I also will, you know, like, I mean, there's certain movies that will like unapologetic. I guess just like there's a couple of Wachowski movies that will just unapologetically like defend, because I mean, I also love Speed Racer, and people fucking hate that movie, and I thought that movie was incredible. I was just like, you guys idiots, like, this is like did you watch Speed Racer? Like, this is what it should have been. Like, this is like, this movie perfectly encapsulates everything about that show in a fucking movie. Like, get out of here. Speed Racer is amazing, so fuck you.
I also watched that movie and also blocked it from my memory, but I don't remember anything about it anymore.
Oh, God. And, like, I watched Sense8, and I unapologetically love that as well, so...
Did not like Sense8, yeah.
See, I loved Sense8. I thought Sense8 was... I thought it was, like... Because, like, I don't know. They have a certain brand... we are way off in the weeds, but they have a certain brand of schlock that, like, speaks to me on an emotional level that I'm just like, okay, this is the... Because it's, like, there's interesting, like, thematic ideas in between just absolute fucking trash schlock. Yeah. And I'm like,
yes.
And it's like, it's great. I'm just like, yeah. It's just like, it's like, it's like some of those later Devin Townsend albums.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you're just like, nope, this is intellectually stupid and I fucking hate this. And I'm like,
it went full Ziltoid.
If it went full Ziltoid, I'm like, I'm here for it. I'm cool with it. You know what? Fucking give it to me. You know, this is deconstruction. This is the Mighty Masturbator all over again. Like, you know what? It's a fun track. I'm going to listen to it. Anyway, back to Cronenberg. Holy shit, how did we get here?
How did we get here?
By meandering a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, obviously, like, because I mentioned that it was made the same year as The Matrix. But anyway,
right.
So,
wow.
Fucking, yeah, it's like, I know, and then we got here. I was fascinated by, like, how much this movie obviously influenced people because, like, you know... There was things I saw in there where I was like, oh, I mean, like, you know, I mean, I mentioned the Inception thing already, obviously, but it's just like, I'm like, I can see that people watched this movie and they took some things from it because like I can feel that this had an effect culturally, on the people that watched it and like later creators. I mean, that's not a wrong statement, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think Cronenberg in general, his like style, like the way, like that 80s thing you're talking about, right? It's like, that's like his Crimes of the Future, right? His like most recent movie, 2022. I guess it's also his second movie, but I'm talking about the modern one.
Yeah.
Like pretty much looks exactly the same.
Interesting.
Like it's just how he makes his movies. It does look a little better, I guess.
I mean, I guess in that way, again, not to draw the obvious comparison, but it's like it's same with like David Lynch. I mean, some of his later stuff, it's like it still looks fucking the same.
He's almost kind of I mean, he's better than Wes Anderson. David Cronenberg has like he's not as bad as Wes Anderson, but he does have a bit of a
style.
You know, he's been very consistent with that style. Right? You can watch his movies and be like, yep, that's. Although I do get him confused a little bit with the Thing director. John Carpenter thing.
Yeah, I feel like they must have a similar shtick because, like, with the body horror stuff.
They probably just use the same, like, VFX company or something. Wonder who they do use. Techniques. Yeah, but Carpenter is a way less active director, though. David Cronenberg he'll move the camera, which is nice.
Oh, there was some really interesting camera choices in here. Like, there was, like, a couple, like, weird overhead shots.
Yeah.
Which was just, like, I was just like, there's something going on here. I was like, he's trying to tell me something with the camera, and I don't know what he's trying to tell me, but, like, I'm paying attention, David Cronenberg. I'm paying attention to whatever you're trying to tell me. I don't know what it is, but I'm paying attention.
Yeah, he's screaming it, though.
No, this is obvious, like, obviously a very skilled director, right? Because like he's bringing across what he's trying to like bring across to you, like in a way that like even good directors can often fail with. Like this was definitely one of these things where it's just like, I feel like I'm feeling the emotions that he wants me to feel in every single one of these scenes, and with absolutely no like ambiguity. It's like, nope, you're gonna feel this in this scene and this in this scene and this in this scene, and that's how it fucking is, and I'm gonna make you feel it. I was like, yep, there, hold me by the hand and take me.
Yep.
I was actually I'll say this as well, because it's like, this is, it's not a super gross movie, but it is a gross movie. But Lauren also liked this movie, which is usually a good indicator to me that like the movie is generally just a very, very good movie. Because if we both like it, it's usually a good indicator that like the movie is good. Sometimes there's like super art house shit where I'm just like, oh yeah, that rocked. And she's like, I will kill you if you ever make me watch another movie like this. And then there's sometimes where like, we'll watch a movie. She's like, oh, that was great. And I'm just like this is a terrible fucking movie. Like what do you like about this? She's like, I like that I didn't have to pay attention that much. I'm just like, God fucking damn it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fair. This is the ADD movie of the century. This is, but when we both like it, I'm like, for sure. Okay. Yes. It's just like, I get it.
Yeah. And also, I like the way he explores the like multiple layers of reality.
Oh yeah.
That's because, that's what my favorite anime, Serial Experiments Lane, is all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's that whole, and I love that idea of like that explores like the internet as another layer of reality, and this is just like video games,
and it's done very seamlessly,
Yes.
like because like I don't know that if everybody picked up on this, and I'm pretty sure that I'm correct on this, but the Chinese restaurant thing is a further layer. Yeah, because it's like they go into the game, I guess, hub world, quote unquote, and I see the signs for Chinese restaurant, can you survive? And like then they cut to that. And that's the thing. And I'm like, okay, so they seamlessly transitioned into a game within a game because when they shoved the plumbuses in their bio holes.
The plumbus straw.
No, the whole plumbus. That one was the whole plumbus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That was the whole plumbus.
The whole plumbus. And it's funny because like the first time they don't show it, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to cut away the second time? Nope. Right in there.
Yeah, and I feel like he really captures the like feeling of a video game and the video game dialogue.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, like the whole like, oh, this guy isn't written very well. He only has like these couple lines,
or like when the guy like the rebel shows up like unexpectedly, right, and starts shooting everything constantly. Yes. It's like as he's leaving the room, he starts shooting. It's like,
yes. Yes, it's like the kind of like fucking like the cut scene that's like, but it's still like a real time cut scene, so it's like they have to keep doing the things while the cut scene's happening. No, it's honestly like it's really it was really ahead of its time in the regards of like, because 1999. I'm trying to think of like
exactly, yeah.
What the fuck?
It like makes me think that maybe John Carpenter either like his children might be playing video games at this point, or maybe he like somehow ended up playing a video game because it like that's the kind of thing.
Half-Life was only 98. Like
exactly, right? Like
and like that shit was rampant. Like I'm thinking like BioWare RPGs and shit like that.
Yeah, like Doom clones.
Oh no! I'm talking the kind of shit that he's talking about where it's like real time cutscenes.
Oh, I see.
That shit wasn't prevalent. Like Half-Life had only come out a year earlier, and they hadn't really gotten to that thing where you had that problem on a regular basis. Because cutscenes really, either were very overt cut scenes, where you got to something else, Like there wasn't really gameplay cutscenes like there are in Half-Life, and like so shit, like it's very, and like obviously VR is a really bringing it back to like our first fucking podcast where we were talking about VR. Like
everyone's always thought VR was just around the corner,
and then it showed up, and then it just fucking showed up one day,
and it's still not here.
It's funny actually. I was literally just earlier today. I was watching. Do you ever watch Jacob Geller?
Not that I know of.
He's another one of those video essayists. He's a particularly good one. But he was talking about Resident Evil 4 VR.
I see. Yes.
Yeah, and like neither here nor there. But the point is just like it just continues. Like he brought up the same point that we brought up when we were talking about Half-Life Alyx. However, fucking year ago, 2 years ago, however the fuck long. That, of just like emergent type of gameplay stuff. It's just like, but like it's just it's interesting living in the time of VR being a real thing. Like. Yeah. It's a real. It exists, right?
Sure,
like,
it does exist. That is true. It
does exist. It does a lot of the things
on a greater scale.
It does a lot of the things that people thought it was going to do. It doesn't do all the things, but it does a lot of the things.
I still don't have a little treadmill in my room.
But
I could buy one, I guess. Yeah,
you could buy one. It's not that they don't exist. It's just that like you do, like they're huge and unwieldy, and we're not there yet.
And like if I go and play like Tarkov or Pavlov VR, like I'm gonna be playing with like mostly 12-year-old because the population of the game is so low.
That's the part that they missed.
Yeah, it's like that's fun for a couple hours. Don't get me wrong, But
that was my favorite when we were starting to watch the movie. That was my favorite thing. The Lauren mentioned. She's like, "Yep, that looks like a room full of gamers, all right." It's like, yeah, no, it would be a room full of like 10-year-olds that are just like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's too realistic. Don't do that again.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever watch Video Game Donkey?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm literally looking at his new video that just got released 54 minutes ago.
He's Overwatch babysitting. Like, it's, it would be that. It's fucking just him babysitting.
It hasn't penetrated well enough that like you can find stable populations that aren't 12.
Yes, it's very true. But yeah.
You should definitely check out The Fly next.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I was going to ask, like, where should I go now? I mean, like, okay, so I've heard, actually, so, again, we're tying everything together. I mean, this podcast is, like, linked in today. Like, we're on it. I was watching a video, one of the Jacob Geller videos. He was talking about a game. Can't remember what it was, but he was comparing it to Videodrome.
Oh, yeah, that's another, yeah. Videodrome probably even, like, it's almost like a better version of this, in a way.
That's eXistenz kind of the impression that I got.
A little derivative, yeah.
Because he showed some scenes from it, and I was just like, yeah, that looks like what I would think Cronenberg would do, fucking flesh TV. Yep. So, like, all right, yeah. I mean, I would be down to watch some more Cronenberg, movies, because, like, clearly, like, The Fly's obvious. Like, I will watch The Fly. Like,
Scanners, Videodrome.
Wait, Scanners is by him, too?
Yep.
That's another movie that's fucking Jesus Christ. I'm just like
Naked Lunch.
I've heard of Naked Lunch. That wasn't on my list, but I have heard of it.
That's all I would recommend. And maybe if you want, you can watch the most recent Crimes of the Future one. It's got Viggo Mortensen in it, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he's great. Was he in Eastern Promises?
Yeah. He did all that stuff with him. He like Viggo Mortensen's his muse right now, I think. Yeah, he was in A Dangerous Method with Keira Knightley. Oh, dude, he did a Pattinson movie. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, Cosmopolis.
Yes, Cosmopolis, I assume.
Or that.
Yeah, Cosmopolis, yeah. A specter is hunting where the specter... Ooh, I might like this movie. Anti-capitalism, hell yeah. Let's go! Yeah, he also did Shivers. Wow. I like the modern version of Shivers.
I don't know that I've heard of Shivers.
I don't think I've even seen that one. Because there's a... What's the other one? Worm... Tremors, no. Come on, Google. Figure out what I mean for me, so I don't have to think.
Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. So Crimes of the Future 2022 is a remake of his own 1970 crimes. So he's just doing the movie again.
Well, no. Totally different, though.
Is it?
Yes. I haven't seen Crimes of the Future 1970, but, like, just the first sentence of the description is, like, radically different than the 2022 version.
Fair enough.
There was no catastrophic plague that killed all sexually mature women in Crimes of the Future 2022. He was way, like I said, he started. He was way more like sexual with his movies at the start. Like they weren't violent really, and then he moved into like more violence-based language in the 80s, and that's what really earned him his like fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Scanners is good, but yeah, I mean, what else is there to say?
What else is there to say? It was a very good movie. It was fucking weird, but like not too weird. And I liked it.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. I think that about sums it up.
Yeah, I would be willing to watch more Cronenberg movies. I definitely want to watch The Fly.
Yeah. The Fly. I actually rewatched The Fly just today, and just like, damn, that's a good movie.
Okay. I mean, it's a classic. It's got fucking Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And if you thought eXistenz was gross, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I think I made that point in the beginning. This is like, I didn't think eXistenz was really all that gross, considering what I was expecting.
Exactly, yeah.
So if The Fly is the correct Cronenberg experience, then perhaps I need to watch The Fly.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I could do that for the next podcast. We could do maybe you want to do a double feature? You want to do The Fly and Videodrome?
Yeah, I think those are his two best. I think those are the ones we watch next. Yeah, let's do it.
Fucking let's do it, man. Let's get me all Cronenberged up. I'm gonna get all fucking Cronenberg. I'm just gonna slink across the fucking driveway.
Oh man, Videodrome is so good too.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really interesting from like the 2 seconds that I saw of it, of the like the weird, creepy flesh TV. So yeah, Videodrome. Okay, flying Videodrome. So that's what we're doing, people. We're gonna do fucking flying Videodrome. It's gonna be gross. It's gonna be Cronenbergy, and we're gonna do movies again for a bit because fuck it, we can do whatever we want.
I mean, how we talked about music for like 45 minutes anyway.
We did talk about music for not 45 minutes, but we did talk about it for a decent amount of time. So,
which is great.
Excellent. Yes, excellent. All right.
Well,
yeah.
Talk to you next time.
Yeah, appreciate everybody's patience with
thanks
the
for listening.
last one, and we'll fucking see you next time.
Yeah.
See ya.
Peace.